Okay, for this mini lecture, we're going to be looking at description. Now, you have on the screen here the five senses. Of course, we're all familiar with that. That's one easy way of using details in your writing when you want to describe something, is just go back to the five senses to help you picture how you're going to relay the details to your reader. And when you're reading anything, but in particular descriptive essays, pay attention to how the author is describing things to you. You can use imagery, metaphor, etc., and also these senses. Just quickly, I have here list of descriptive words and adjectives. And I got them off of this website right up here, descriptivewords.org. So when you're writing something, you can go to that website. You can look and see some of the words that are descriptive. So I always tell students that use the tools. Go on the internet, use dictionary.com, use the thesaurus. You need to have a list of action verbs. Type in list of action verbs and stuff will come up. I need to have words that describe sounds. There you go. Just type that in. So, use the tools that are available to you to empower yourself in your writing. Why do we use details? Well, I think we all know why. It makes us, envision what the author is telling us. It helps connect us. It makes us think that we are there. We actually feel like we're experiencing stuff. Writing without details is just boring. And you might get your point across, but you didn't effectively get your point across if you're writing without details. So one way I like to use as an example is something that we're familiar with. Song lyrics. We're familiar with it. I'm sure we listen to music almost every day. And while the lyrics themselves are, more poetic for the most part, you can get a sense of the difference between boring writing and descriptive writing. So let's take a look at this. Summertime is a good time to spend all day doing meaningless things. Okay, the point is across. Sure it is. Summer, lazy, you just want to lay around and do nothing. Okay? But if you look at some of the lyrics, it's the perfect time of day, throw all your cares away, sprinkler on the lawn, gym shorts, a drink from the hose, okay? Sleep away the afternoon. If you're familiar with this song, I don't know, it's probably 10 years now. I don't even know how old it is. But, it's just giving you an image of lazy summer. It's a much stronger image than it's a good time to lay around all day. Right? So look at those images, look at those descriptions, and see, how can I use that in my own writing? Let's take a look at another lyric. Well, we might have all been there. You break up, you're depressed, you're unhappy, etc. Right? Okay, we get the idea. We can read it, we get the idea. Then we look at the lyrics written by Prince, sung by Sinead O'Connor, if I recall. All right. It's been 7 hours and 15 days. Well, that is descriptive because it doesn't just say I broke up with my boyfriend. It's telling you I am counting the hours, right, since we've been broken up. And all of the details. I go out every night. I sleep all day. That's depression. Well, it doesn't always have to be depression, but that's, in this context is depression. Fancy restaurant. Nothing compares to you, though. So all of these things are detailed and much more effective than saying, well, I'm single and free and I could do anything, but I miss my boyfriend. That's boring. My final example, and one of my favorites, is LSD can cause you to trip out. Um, well, maybe you know where I'm going with this. The Beatles, right? They do Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. And if you needed to imagine what an LSD trip is like, just look at these lyrics. Now, I don't know, and I hope you don't either, but we can just listen to the lyrics, right? Um, Tangerine trees, marmalade skies, kaleidoscope eyes. I mean, look at all of these images. It's just incredible how detailed it is. Newspaper taxis. What is this? Plasticine porters with looking glass ties, mirrors as ties. It's just so packed with details and fantasy type of details. And exactly, again, I don't know from experience, but what you would think, an LSD trip is like. So this shows you, how to get really very detailed and specific. And you can do this with a lot of different lyrics. And just see how are the artists describing things. Some artists I would stay away from. I don't think like Justin Bieber's Baby 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 really is going to give you a lot of details, but there's other ones where you can look at and listen to and go, how are they describing things? What kind of details? How are they using words that are giving me an image of being there? So that's just some pointers for you. As you are reading and you're reading narration and you're reading description, you want to pay attention to, how the author is telling the story and the kind of details and words that the author is using. Okay, thanks.